everyone. Welcome back. And this is my review of 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way, Season 6, Episode 14, Reality Fright. So let's get started. So we see Statler and Dempsey. They have just made it to France and they are off the ferry. So Dempsey is back driving. They're just finding a place to park and do some sightseeing. They did talk about what happened on the ferry. And Statler tells Dempsey that when she is spiraling out of control, she doesn't need Dempsey trying to figure it out, and she needs her not to be offended by, her behavior. Dempsey says that she is going to be offended if Statler is being rude. And I agree. I agree with Dempsey. Statler, can be, a little bit in her feelings or her behavior can be a little off, and she does sometimes come across rude. So as I said before, that Dempsey is only human. She's not a therapist. She's not equipped to handle Statler's issues. Like, we shouldn't expect her to be handling Statler's issues as if she was a doctor or a therapist or something. That's something that kind of should fall on Statler to kind of get that under control. I understand she says she's tried many things and nothing has really worked, but I don't know whose problem that is. That's not Statler's issue to be trying to figure that out for Statler. So they're walking and they see I think it's a character artist that draws characters. And so, they have a seat and he ends up drawing the both of them. And it was so hilarious because Statler's picture came out really funny looking. Like, he made her features like really stand out. And I don't think she liked it at all. I think she was really offended. She did not sound very happy. Although she did laugh, I don't think it was genuine because I think she was really pissed off. But Dempsey got a real kick out of it because her picture turned out pretty cute. It looked more like her than Statler's picture did. But I've had one of those done before, and they do. I mean, sometimes they get it right and sometimes they don't. I had one done in New York. But, it's kind of hit or miss if they get them right or not. And then when they sit down and get their pictures, their faces drawn like a character, Statler decides to talk about their issues in the relationship and marriage and all of that. And I'm like, I don't think this guy cares or wants to hear about it. I'm assuming the producers put them up to talking about it. I was like, we already heard about it. Now we don't want to hear about it again just because you're getting your picture done by this artist. So anyways, they talk about marriage. I can't believe they're kind of on the same page about marriage when they have so many issues. They have so many issues. I don't even know why they're talking about any type of marriage. They need to be talking about a therapist, and they need to be talking about getting on the same page as far as the things that they want in a relationship before they even get married. Finances and children and where they're going to live and who's paying what, and all of that stuff needs to be worked out before they even talk about getting married. So anyways, I don't really care if they get married or not, but it sounds like they are, and we'll probably see them get married, but hopefully not. So next up, we have Shekinah and Sarper. Shekinah returns back to Sarper's place. I guess she feels like he's done enough with therapy, fake therapy sessions, that she will go ahead and return back to his place. She felt like him getting rid of or destroying those bottles and getting rid of the black book and going to therapy is what helped her decide to go back to his place. So she's giving him another chance, she said. She then asked him if he made another appointment. And Sarper says yes, but later admits that he did not. It's just not a thing in his country to go to a therapist. That's just not something they do. He really only did it because she asked him. And also, it was conditional for her coming back to his place. So later we see Sarper surprising Shekinah with a traditional photo shoot in his country. They have a lot of like the types of the traditional clothing that they wear in Turkey. And so she was very excited. I guess to her it was a nice gesture, and she was very excited that they were there together, and they seemed to enjoy it. He seemed to be enjoying it, and we'll see how that goes. In the middle of the photo shoot, they do discuss their trust issues and how he wants to change, and these are things they need to talk about. Another couple that needs to talk about these things before they go getting married. So I really don't know what in the end how they're going to turn out, because they're talking about getting married. So I just think this is another couple that is not gonna make it. I do believe somebody said it was in California, which is surprising, but yeah, I they don't really have a storyline to me either, so I really don't want to see them again, but we probably will. So, all right, Josh and Lily, another boring couple. They are so boring. I can't stand talking about them. So, Josh's brother, his name is Jared, and he arrives to visit Josh and Lily because they're getting married soon. I think in the next couple of days they're getting married. And the first thing that Josh does is starts telling his brother about all of their issues. So as soon as he gets in the home, they give him a tour. She shows him the elevator. I guess they have five floors. That's a lot for just two people. And before that, it was just her. But if she has it, hey, do what she wants with it. But her brother or his brother is super impressed at the life that he's leading down there with Lily, even though Lily's paying for everything. But we all know that Josh is there on a visa and cannot work at this time, which is kind of his biggest frustration. And I kind of understand that, because if you're not working, you can't contribute. And as a man, I would think you'd want to feel like you're contributing to the household in some way. So next, we do see them riding in the car. I believe they're going out to eat. And they start, Lily starts to ask him questions. And I'm talking about the brother Jared. And these are questions that Josh and her have already addressed, and there really was no reason for her to bring it up in front of Jared. But apparently, she has talked to Jared in the past, whenever her and Josh have gotten into it. So I didn't know that, but that's why she is asking Jared those questions. But as she's asking him the questions, Josh is getting upset because he didn't feel that she needed to be asking those questions. And so it kind of, made the evening, kind of ruined the evening a little bit. It just wasn't something that Josh wanted to talk about. And I feel sorry for Jared that he has to be in the middle of the tension in the household, especially with him there to attend a wedding. Like, it's definitely awkward, and I would be pissed off too. So next up, we have Corona and Ingy. So they open up their segment. Looks like, they open the segment up, but they are dressed in like little to nothing. And remember, this is Iceland, so it's very cold. We see Corona. She's got on a like a house coat with that you wear in the house with a bathing suit under it. And they are getting ready to take what's called the cold plunge in Iceland. So it's an Icelandic tradition, and uh, Ingi says that it has good benefits, like just for your joints and just overall feeling good after you do it. He did say that the temperature of the ocean was like -4, and I just thought, wow. And you see Corona kind of contemplating, is she going to go in? Is she not? She's like, black people don't do this. And, he went right in and, I think he had on just a pair of boxers. And he went right in, right, at least up to his stomach. He was in there in the water, in the cold water. And, finally she did, get the nerves to jump in. She jumped in. She didn't go very far, but she got in as far as she could. And, at least she did it. Next, she gets out, and there's actually, I guess, like a hot tub in the same area that you can get in. So that's exactly what they decide to do, or that's what they do. And they just get in there, and she's more comfortable now, and she's warmer. Her feet are no longer cold, she said. And so, Ingy starts to ask Corona about her information appointment that she had at the university, about the midwife plans that she has to go do to take classes. And she did tell him about it. She let him know that she pretty much missed the deadline, and she is not really that eligible right now because she's missed the deadline, so she'll have to wait about 1.5 years, I believe. She also told him that she needs to learn the language as well, because all of it is taught in English. And so really they really didn't have a lot this segment for them. She just caught him up on what happened with that information appointment she had over at the university. And that was pretty much it. So yeah, that was it for this session, this episode. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. And on your way out, if you like this content, please like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, life has no remote. Get up and change it yourself. And I'll definitely talk to you soon. Bye.